Night Pint, and we are live to talk about all the goings on with West Ham. We got the big boycott on Monday, so we're going to be talking about that. Will it affect the team, as some are saying? Is it a good idea, and will it help get Sullivan out? We'll also be looking ahead to the Brentford. Did I say Bournemouth? I meant Brentford if I said Bournemouth, but we're looking ahead to the Brentford game itself, as well as some other news pieces that have come up this week. So, evening, lads. Nicky's back.
Good evening. I'm still tired, still jet lagged, man. Oh, sorry, fucking hell. Yeah, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Am I coming through loud and clear?
You're coming through loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Still jet lagged a little bit, but yeah, enjoying being back.
What's happening?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Well, Ryan?
Is Dan froze?
Yeah, he's froze. Yeah.
He looks like Games Master.
How old's Ryan?
Yeah. Big shout out to me mate Taylor as well, who's watching with his nibbles and beer. He's just messaged me a picture of him sitting in his front room watching. So yeah. Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to the show. Got a lot to discuss. Nuno's first game, boycotts. It's all going on at West Ham. Never boring.
Never boring at all. Thank you to OK Jerseys. You can see I've got jersey from OK Jerseys right here. So if you want to get £15 jerseys, use 8% for an 8% discount. Use the code Nicky. The QR code is up that way. There we go. Thank you very much to them. Dan, what are we doing, mate? What was you saying before you cut off?
Did you not get any of that then?
No, we didn't get none of it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So obviously hopefully my internet holds up. If not, I'm gonna have to turn it off and on again, that old chestnut. So but before that happened, we're talking about the Brentford game. Before we get into the tactics and lineups and all that stuff, there's a boycott happening. There's a big boycott. It's caused a bit of controversy with some people. I've found that I've had some comments going, "Oh, we shouldn't boycott. It's going to affect the team. It's going to affect the team." And I think overwhelmingly, though, I've had a good feedback from the majority that I do think it's going to be a success in terms of a lot of people are going to boycott, but some people feel like, "Oh, well, if we lose, it's because of the boycott." So let's talk about it.
I mean, I'll start with this one. I can't see how anyone could ever say that it's because. I mean, let's start off with 2021, I think it was, or 2020, when the fans weren't in the stadium and we started winning games and we started smashing teams off the park, including Chelsea. We went 3-0 up against Arsenal. We was battering people left, right, and centre. Probably had the best season that we've ever had at the London Stadium. I think that's the one. And the narrative was, yes, it's because the fans ain't in the stadium. It's because this. It's because is the fans going to hinder them again? And then fast forward to 2025, and you've got the same people saying, is this time to be abandoning your team when you're in a relegation fight? Is this time to not be going and all that? Make up your fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we've been in that stadium since COVID, every game. How many games have we won in 2025? 2. Since February. We haven't won a home game since February. Would I take, and I've said this before, would I take a loss on Monday to make a point? I don't think it matters either way. But if we all know that if we lose on Monday, it's going to be blamed on us. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. As Dan said the other day on TalkSport, when is a good time? They're all saying, "Oh, well, ain't it time to get behind a team?" I've always been behind a team. I've been behind a team for 40 years. And I don't, I've never done a boycott before, never, not once. So if I choose to do this one game, I choose to do this one game. It's got nothing to do with anyone. It's got nothing to do with TalkSport. It's got nothing to do with Jim White. It's got nothing to do with any of them. So how they can all sit there and say that, it's going to be our fault if they, are we behind the team? Of course we're behind the team. We're behind the team. I think boycotting the game, funny enough, is showing that you support the team, because I want them fuckers out of this club. I want them out. They've lied. They've done too much damage now, right? So boycotting, it will be better for the football club, not for Nicky Hawkins, not for Dan Lawless, not for Ryan Archer. It will be better for everybody if them fuckers leave. It would. They've royally fucked this up. Royally fucked it up. As I said on the video yesterday, they have royally fucked this football club up, and it's struggling. It's struggling because of them. And nobody turned around and said it weren't successful because of them. When it was successful despite of them. Yeah, it was David Moyes that done this, right? So I think this is a necessary step to showing your displeasure. There is steps every game now to make it uncomfortable for them. I think the Simon Jordan thing the other day, when he turned around and said, I don't agree with it, I don't agree with it, I don't agree with it. And Danny Murphy went, well, I don't know what you're going to achieve. He ain't going to leave unless he gets a big amount of money. And then he turned around and said to him, and Simon Jordan is a football owner. And he turned around and said to him, wouldn't this make you think about selling the football club? And he went, yeah, it would, yeah. So what's he talking about? Do you know what I mean? So it's a big load of nonsense. As I said before, and I want to make this quite clear. If this is a game that you're determined to go, and there's people on this channel that are going to the game, it's your prerogative. It's my prerogative if I want to stay away, and I'm not going to sit there and say anyone's wrong or whatever. I know there's people doing it. There's people that bought tickets and they've lowered the tickets right down, so they know that they're saying, well, something's working, because they've lowered the tickets to lower than I've ever seen the ticket at West Ham ever, apart from a cup game. So something's working, but if you want to go to the game, if it's the one chance you get and all that, no one's better than anyone else. That's what I want to make clear. But I will be exercising my right to abandon a boycott the game, because I want to make a stand.
Yeah, no, I think what you said is spot on, mate. And I think the one thing to take out of that is you're right. It's a choice. If people want to go to the game, then that's their choice, and they shouldn't be slated for wanting to go to the game. It's not that they don't want change. Some people just enjoy going to games, and they've made that choice that they want to go. So people that do go, like obviously Scott's going on Monday, I've got no negative feelings towards him. I'm not thinking, because he's going, it's against what the boycott is. So that's an important thing to take out of that. But we had obviously Nick Tucker on here last week, and he explained the situation as well. And I've seen interviews with Paul Colburn, Bubbles, talking about it as well. And look, there's a lot of stuff planned over the next few months. For obviously, you've got the big protest against Burnley. You've got the sit-in against Newcastle. Obviously, the boycott on Monday. But the main thing is as well, it's not against the team. It's against them owners. So whether you're sitting at home supporting the team or you do go to the stadium, we all want what's best. We all want to win. We all want to win on Monday night. It's Nuno's first home game. It's a shame that Nuno's come into this situation and his first home game will be probably a half-empty stadium. But yeah, look, it's got to happen because we all want the same result at the end. I'll be very surprised if there's fans out there that want Sullivan to stay, think Sullivan's doing a good job. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting on Monday.
I'm sort of 50-50 on whether this is why they appointed Nuno at the time. Yeah. Because they knew this boycott was coming up, and they knew that would it was a very odd time to make the change, especially after that. I wonder if they'd have had internal discussions saying, make it appoint him now, because then it would be his first home game when the boycott was meant to, and that would encourage more people to go. I wonder whether that sort of forced them into making that decision, which is a good thing as well, in my opinion, to make the change.
Well, I believe it was. I believe they wanted this to be his first game because they looked at Everton and Arsenal as unwinnable games, and they was going to get him in for this. But I believe that he pushed it to be sooner. It's now or never. So because the narrative then would have been, it's Nuno's, not just his first home game, his first game in general. which would have been the next big thing. And, like I said on TalkSport, there is no good time, because if we'd have picked the home game after this to boycott, well, and we lost the Brentford game, well, it's like we lost this game and we need to try and get our first win. We got a sport. Or if we won this game, well, we won. So why are you boycotting now? We need to keep that momentum. There'd always be a reason to do it. So we just got to do it. I agree with Ryan. You can't criticize or have a go at people for going. Same way, you can't knock people who are boycotting. There's a lot of people saying, I'm going there to support the team. And if you're saying that and inferring that the people that aren't going are not supporting the team, then that's wrong, because people are supporting their team in their own way. Let's have it right. That stadium, when it's full, is a library. You can hear a pin drop in that stadium. Now, we can talk about all of the reasons for that, whether it's the stadium, whether it's the fans. It's the facts of the facts. It don't matter if there's 60,000 silent bodies in there or 25, 30,000 silent bodies in there. The effect is the same. And I've seen people go, well, the difference between COVID and now is now you have away fans there. So someone's got to combat the away fans. No one ever combats the away fans. In fact, when there's less noise in general, having less home fans makes the away fans quieter, because there's nothing to bounce off of. The away fans have been quieter since that wall's been put up between the fans, because you feed off that. If you go in an empty stadium, you're less likely to be singing and loud and that, because there's no atmosphere, there's no impact you can have. So I think people have a lot of excuses and negative reasons why we should. If we lose, it's not because of the fans not being there. It's because we have a team that's just simply not good enough. And who's responsible for that? David Sullivan.
The one thing I would say as well is with Nuno is that I don't think, obviously Nuno would want all the fans there, but I don't think he's going to let it affect him. Don't think he just wants to go out there and get his first win as a West Ham manager. He wants to get his first home game. So he will be looking forward to this game. And I'm sure the fans that are going to be watching at home will enjoy the game as well. And I'm hoping that we can get our win. Nuno, he's already beat Brentford once this season. Opening game of the season was Nottingham Forest. So, it's going to be a tough game. But, yeah, it's a difficult situation for Nuno to come into. But I think Nuno's professional enough. And I think the players will be professional enough as well to not let what's going on in the stands affect them too much.
Well, what I would say as well is I think that obviously Nuno took over just about the day I was about to go away. During obviously I watched the Everton game, then I was going away the next morning. But obviously I hadn't seen a lot of Nuno. I haven't seen a lot of press conferences and things like that, because I've been pounding my way around Disney fucking World and Universal Studios for the last 2 weeks. So I've took my eye off the ball a little bit in terms of that. But I've caught up a little bit since I've come back. And when he said in his interview, I'm not sure what one it was, obviously, we need to repair the relationship between the club and the fans, yeah, and things like that. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. Like, obviously, David Sullivan's his boss, so he's in between a rock and a hard place, and he's already fell out with one chairman, one nutcase. So he's probably a little bit. Obviously, he's just got here as well, but he knows what's going on, and hopefully he understands. It's not about Nuno. It's not about the team. It's not about just not going because we can't be bothered to go. It's about 10 years of it's not 10 years of shit, because it's some of it's been good, but it's 10 years of the lies and the failings of an ownership that promised so much but delivered so little. That's what it is. It's 10 years of being lied to. And, it's 10 years of them not holding their hands up and saying, we've got this completely fucking wrong. Like, I'm so sorry to use, like, you're going through shit. The shit that we've been through, some of the people that have been through. And, at the end of the day, every year that it goes on, and I made this in, we're losing people that are going to the stadium, like loyal, hardcore fans. And they want that. But the thing that they're losing sight of is with that comes a cost. And the cost will be, if we go down, there is going to be no one there to support the football club anymore. And that's what I was saying the other day when I said, if this carries on the way it is, this football club will go into administration, because it's unsustainable. Like, yes, the stadium's cheap, but we've got a higher wage bill, wages that he's paying out. Look at some of the fucking wages we've paid to some of the players. Like, and with all due respect to them, like some of the wages we've paid people, £125,000 a week for Yarmolenko. £125,000 a week. I think it was £150,000 a week to Javier Hernandez.
James Ward-Prowse is on over £100,000 a week.
£100,000 a week to James Ward-Prowse. £125,000 a week for Danny Ings. Like, it's and as I said, just that they cannot run a football club. They can't run a business. He can't. Like, and as I said yesterday, somebody said to me, "Do you buy sex?" No, I don't buy sex. But there are plenty of people in this fucking world that do buy sex. And that is what he sold. He sold sex. It's the easiest thing.
Let's be honest. People were buying it by the fucking bucket load in the 70s when he started.
Well, whatever. I don't know what the fuck they were selling in the 70s, but I wasn't around. But I'm just saying, like, it's the easiest thing in the world to sell. Like,
you know what they're selling now? Then they selling sex. I don't think he sells sex anymore.
No, I don't know. I don't know what they're selling. I don't know how they make their money. But I'm just saying, like. It's the easiest thing in the world to say. It sells itself. You don't have to be a fucking genius to run a business if you've got things in place that sell sex. It's easy, right? Anyone could do it. You got the money. It's easy. So I'm just saying, like, it is. David Sullivan, I think he rates himself a little bit too much in business, in terms of like what he can do. Yeah, he's a billionaire. Of course, he's a billionaire, but he sold sex.
Yeah. I don't know where you went going at, Nick.
That caught me off guard, man.
Yeah.
He's having a rant, and then he went, "Do you buy sex?" Oh, fuck.
But,
I don't even know why that tickled me.
Yeah. You know what? Like, on another note, right? So I got a little bit of stick from some people because I said that the central issue for me of why I'm protesting, and I said that I believe it's the same for many other fans, is the stadium. Now, a few people have said it's not the stadium, it's how the club's right. I was there was a comment in the YouTube on your video, Nick, and I said it was I had to go at him because he said the central issue is the stadium. I am firmly in the belief that the root cause of all of our issues, of all the things why we're upset, is the stadium. Now, you can say we're not spending well and we're not running the club properly, but when we was in Upton Park and we were shit, we were getting relegated. Yeah, there were protests against the Browns and that, but you did not see fans en masse giving up their season tickets at Upton Park. You never, ever saw it. We've had pretty much the capacity of Upton Park walk away and give up their season tickets over since we've moved there. So is that because we're shit? I don't think so, because we didn't see it at Upton Park. It's the stadium. It's not West Ham. It doesn't feel like West Ham. We were made all of these grand promises, and we're not seeing any of them come to fruition. So we've sold our soul and got nothing in return.
Honestly, is there anything that they said that would come with this stadium that's true? Anything? Not one thing.
But address the point. Do you agree with me? Do you agree that the big issue comes down to the stadium? Like, a lot of our
I think it's I don't think it's the only issue, but I do think
I never said the only issue.
I heard what you said.
The main issue.
Yeah, I heard what you said. I was just about to say, I don't think it's the only issue, but it is. I think everything boils down to that. Because I do. What I would say there, Dan, is you said at Upton Park and all that. We was in the shit anyway at Upton Park, and like people, and they still do, and you've got to say it's true. They came in and they did save us from administration. They bought the club at the right time, otherwise we was going down the pot. What it would have done to the club, anyone would know. Who would have come along? I mean, if you remember rightly at the time, it was that guy that went and bought QPR and fucked him.
Tony Fernandez. Fernandez. Well, it weren't just him. There was a few others at the time, and
there was a few of them, but he was one of them. And he won the bid from the administrators, from the holding company, and they went to bed with it. So there was a lot of sort of people, and people knew that there was a mess to figure. And he laid out his grand vision when we was at our lowest ebb. We was about to go out of business, So he laid out his grand vision for the London Stadium, and he's going to turn around and go, hold on a minute, tell them to fuck off because we don't want to go to London Stadium. Everyone was like, well, he must have a plan. This was in 2010. He had 3 or 4 years of trying to stabilise the club. We went down, obviously, and then we went back up. So in terms of like in the Premier League, in that stadium, there wasn't that many years where you could hold him to task and turn around and say, well, no, he should have done this. Everything seemed to be focused on that move to the London Stadium. Obviously, we bought Dimitri Payet, and he lit the fucking place up in the last season. But I think you do forget that there was a lot of shit before that, Kevin Nolan, Sam Allardyce, I think they all done their bit into stabilising the club. But when all's said and done, there is nothing that they've ever done that's sustainable. There is no core that they've put in place that you can say, yes, that was the plan from when he put it in place in 2010, 2015, whenever it was. It is just scattergun approaches. They go down one route and then that don't work, and then they go down another route and then that don't work, and they end up with a mishmash of different fucking projects, and people trying to sort it out. That's all it is people trying to sort. The best time we had here was with David Moyes, right? And at the time, and this is what I said at the time when he won the trophy, like Ange Postecoglou, right? And people are still saying, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you wish for, be careful what you wish for. It was the wrong time for him to go because there was no attraction there. It put the club at 14th, yeah. He'd won a European Cup, and that would be the time to appoint a new manager and go forward. But what they'd done is they let David take over. Everything was gone by the time he'd gone. And then, a manager came in who was a name, wasn't really right for the club. And we just start all over again. And this is where we are now. Yeah.
So, people forget that under Moyes in his last season, we finished 9th in the Premier League. And obviously, people think that we sacked Moyes. We didn't sack Moyes. It was a mutual decision. He decided to leave, and it was an easy thing for Sullivan to get out of because he would have looked like an arsehole for sacking someone that obviously brought us the European trophy. But yeah, look, we all know, mate, the club's a mess from top to bottom. The stadium, I agree. It's like I see someone comment earlier saying about why didn't we protest outside the bowling ground to stop the move? Because we was all sold a dream and we was all sold the promises and we wanted to make that next move. And you're thinking about a big 65,000-seater stadium. We all bought into it. We should have done. Looking at it now, but you can't change the past. You can only learn from it. And this is why we are trying to move forward and getting Sullivan out. I know Dan got a lot of stick from Simon Jordan. I mean, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen clips when you said about the stadium. Like,
they edited that nicely.
Yeah, what is wrong with saying you want someone to come in and buy the club and then have plans in the future to build a new stadium? I don't get where Simon Jordan was sort of laughing at that, because Daniel Levy done it, Everton have done it, Arsenal have done it. City's ground was built for football, that's why. So that was always going to be a football stadium. Leyton Orient had just got planning permission to build a new stadium. So Luton. We're not saying, you know what I mean? So
Birmingham.
I don't get why he was laughing. Him being an ex-owner, I'm sure he would have had plans to want to move Crystal Palace at some point. So I don't get why. I don't really get why. But look, talk sports.
I think he wanted that moment, and Gonzo did a video and he pointed out that I think he didn't get his moment the last time I was on, and he come across with a really, if you see it, really nasty sort of attitude. Do you know what I mean? That I wasn't putting that energy across. I wasn't calling him names and getting personal, but he started saying your little club, and it just come from a really salty place.
Yeah, I mean, for him saying little club, he's just saying that just to try to get a reaction from you, because no disrespect, I know Palace have just won the FA Cup and the charity Shield, but that was their first trophy in their history. you know.
Yeah.
So for him to call West Ham a little club, I think he was trying to get a reaction there. We all know what Simon Jordan's about. We all know what Talk's about. He's got Jim White sitting there, who's like the puppet master. He wants to get a reaction. You've got Danny Murphy, who, fuck me, the way he talks, he was the greatest midfielder ever put on a pair of boots. You know, so it's I don't get, especially with Simon Jordan. Obviously, he's been the owner of a club, so for him to sit there and laugh at you saying that someone comes in with the ambition to want to build a new stadium, like it could never happen.
Yeah, I just said that's what I hope. Right, I said I hope that we can get a new owner and they build a new stadium. I didn't say the protests.
I'm going to
so
be
we
honest.
can get a new stadium. The protester for this, they asked me a question. We was talking about the stadium and the problems with it and what can be done. And from there, I just read an article saying, and we've done, I think, a video on it the other day, Nick, that we'll never own the stadium. So that was in there, and I think it is an issue because if we keep getting fans walk away, obviously me and Ryan walked away. Nicky and Scott still have their tickets, but thousands and thousands. And I've spoke to so many fans that said, this is the last season for me. I've given it one more season and I'm done. So if you keep getting the proper fans walking away, where is the club going to be in 2-3 years' time when it's full of tourists? We're going to be relegated. So I see that as we're losing the culture and the identity of West Ham. And that's why I see is such an issue and what I care about.
I think when you look at someone that might come in and seriously invest in a football club to make money, right? Even if they want to make money, right? They will know, and someone with more business acumen than David Sullivan will know that we cannot keep on losing fans that you know, because of the stadium. People don't go because of the stadium, right? They don't go because of the stadium, right? So you might have this great big fucking shiny London stadium, right? But it's not designed for football, right? So let's just say, for instance, I buy a yacht, right? And I try and drive it on the road, right? And someone says to me, you can't drive that on the road because it's a fucking yacht. It's not made for fucking driving on the road, right? But it's cost me 25 million quid, this yacht, right? And then someone says to me, I'll tell you what, I'll swap you that. I'm trying to get somewhere. I'll swap that yacht for a bike, right? What would you take? Would you take the yacht? Would you try and get to where you're going on the yacht, or would you fucking take the bike to get where you're going? You take the bike because it's what it's fucking designed for. It's designed to go on. It's like the same thing. Now imagine if that yacht was on the fucking sea and it's leaking, and every year you stay on it, every day you stay in it, it's going down and down and down, further. It's sinking. It's decreasing in value. Would you take that, or would you take a little fucking dinghy that's outside that's going to float you all the way to you? You would take the dinghy, and that's somebody that comes in will have to look at that, right, and say, well, it might be this fucking big shiny fucking stadium, but it's losing us fans. Like at the end of the day, if they keep on losing fans at the rate they're losing fans, there will be no fucking fans left to go in there. So take the fucking dinghy.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like we're gonna have to build a dinghy to get back to where we were, and it's all because of this cunt's fault. It's all because of Sullivan's fault. That's his fault.
Do you know what I'd forgotten about? And it's something that I see when Gonzo did a reaction to my Simon Jordan thing, like Nicky did. Nicky won as well. Check his out. But I forgot about this, that the Olympic Stadium was originally a 90,000 seater stadium that was meant to be converted into a 25,000 seater athletic stadium. That's how it was designed. So in the infrastructure of the stadium, as he pointed out, now it's a 60,000 seater stadium with massive gaps and the spread out and the space, and you've got the scaffolding where my seat was on. So like just infrastructurally, and this is what annoyed me about Simon Jordan when I put it on him, because he's sitting there, no, you make the current one better. And I said to him, how do you make it better? Well, I don't have to answer that. Well, you're telling me that that's the solution, but you don't know how. And we go there, we've been going there for years. You can see it. Like if they could have done it, they would have. And as I said there, all we've had is pre-poured pints, beer shelves, and non-West Ham fans waving flags. They haven't addressed the major structural issues, because I don't think you can. You can't dig down because of the pipes, right? So that's an issue for a start.
I don't know whether it's pipes, Dan, but it's I think it's contaminated.
It's supposed to be gas pipes. It's supposed to be, because that's where there was all gas pipes.
No, you can get past gas pipe. I think it's contaminated. So the gas pipes will contaminate the land.
Well, either
It's
here or
working
there,
in
you
our
can't dig
military office,
down.
so
The main, yeah, the
you
main
know,
point is
you
dig
can't
down.
go down any further than you are.
No. So let me just get to that super chat, and we'll get to some other comments in a bit. Shout out to Coral. He's also a member. I think he must have renewed or something. I'm sure Coral was a member before, so he might have renewed it. But shout out anyway, Coral, if you are a new member or a renewing member. Thank you very much. Coral with 4.99 super chat. As Nikki said, a 45 capacity stadium, even in the fringes of Essex, wouldn't cost what Jordan said. And 100%. And like I said in that video, you're talking about the land on the stadium. Pi Capital wanted to buy the land. There's land there. There's land in Beckton. You go Beckton and Galleon's Reach and all them areas.
Well,
there's so much land around.
I think the thing that people were saying was dealing with Sadiq Khan. You know, dealing with Sadiq Khan will be bad because they can't deal with Sadiq Khan, which is another reason they need to go anyway. To be honest with you, Sadiq fucking Khan needs to go, if I'm quite honest with you. But you know, they can't deal with Sadiq Khan because you know it's the cost of the planning permission. I'm sure that there could be a fucking deal worked out with Newham Council about some land that Newham Council own.
Do you know what the problem is, Nick? Is Brady is a baroness, or she's involved in the Conservative Party, so she's involved in politics, right? And I don't care what anyone's fucking politics are. I don't come here to talk politics, but the issue is when you have someone that's a key figure in your club involved in a political party, and then the opposing political party
is in charge
now
of
in power.
Yeah.
It puts you at fucking odds. If you're just neutral businessman, whatever, overseas, you don't have that issue. But now it's like,
me and Ryan know that because me and Ryan were sitting in a room with her when she was saying that he was making things difficult and all of that. And I don't give a shit who the fucking mayor of London is. I don't even live in fucking London. I don't go back there unless I fucking need to be quite honest with you, to see my family or to see my football, because the place is, you know, I've got kids and the place is going to pot, if I'm honest. Like the whole country's going to fucking pot. Right, but I don't go back there unless I know. So I don't give a shit about politics. I don't follow politics. Politics do not bother me. They're all as bad as one another. Every single side of them is as bad as one another. I don't care what anybody says, right? But it's right. You know, it's all, you know, we've meddled in things that we can't, you know, they cannot give. You know, me and Ryan were sitting in a room when she turned around and said to us the plan was for them to give it to them. We were sitting there when she said it, and that come out of her fucking mouth. Whether they want to fucking deny it or not, I don't want to put Ryan's name to it, but I heard it. I was there when she fucking said it.
Yeah, 100%. There was other people there when she said it, and that was the plan.
They might not say nothing, though, right? You know what?
No, they say that the plan was that we was going to get given the stadium after a few years because they just what's it LLDC?
LLDC,
Wouldn't keep up the payments, and they was losing money season after season. The only money they was ever earning was through West Ham. So yeah, I mean, look, the problem going back now, if you go back to before the stadium was built, they should have always had it in mind that a deal should have been done with West Ham then, that we're going to build it, but we're going to build it for the purpose that it's going to be a football stadium after, just like what the Commonwealth did with the Man City stadium.
You remember Seb Coe, right, when it come out, and I remember at the time, and he said, we do not want this for football. We do not want football in this stadium. He said it. And that was the intention. They did not want that to be football. They thought, and arrogantly, that athletics could sustain you. It's the athletics. That's what we need in this country. We want a 25k athletic stadium there. That's good enough. And then they realized later on, oh shit, no one actually cares about athletics unless it's the World Championships or the Olympics or the Commonwealths.
There we go.
So,
I think Nick's in there. He said we were told lies in the meetings, Nicky. Yeah, we were told lies, you know. But that was, you know, she outlined that plan. That was the plan. That, you know, that was their sneaky plan all along. And, you know, at the time, she was telling people, like, you can't, you know, a lot of these things in his meeting, we had to sign non-disclosure. I don't give a fuck about the non-disclosure anymore. I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if they want to ban me, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Do you know what's interesting as well, right? I was chatting to someone about this because you know, they was the other day, and they was pointing out like that we was going to buy the stadium, and then Spurs and Leyton Orient come in and said they can't buy it. I went back recently to see that first interview they did. You know, that first press conference when they took over, and Sullivan said they asked Sullivan, "Oh, are you planning to buy the Olympic Stadium?" when at the end of it, he's like, actually, we'd like to rent it. We'd like to rent it, really. And that's what he said in his first thing. His intention was to rent it. And then it came out buying, and then Levy come in and he scuppered it, and then he got what he wanted in the end anyway. So I'm very curious to know how he went from wanting to rent it to buying it, and then we're renting it again. So I don't know if there's something behind the scenes or
It's all a
something that
pantomime, mate. That's what that is.
yeah,
It's
like
all
it was
a
to
pantomime.
look, we've tried to spend the money, we've tried to buy it, everyone. Oh no, look what's happened. Do you know what I mean? Backdoor dealings or whatever. I just find it very interesting that from the start he wanted to rent it.
Yeah, from a business point of view, it's a good deal for him because renting is a lot cheaper than having to buy it, because they would have had to knock it down. But they basically tried to buy a fucking cheap old car and put a Ferrari badge on it and try to make it look like it was a Ferrari, but it's not. You know what I mean? They try at first. Do you remember that first time we went in there and the green carpet was around the pitch and seats weren't even put in? It was black and white seats everywhere. And then obviously when you look at it now, it looks a lot more West Ham than what it did when we first moved in now. But as I said, they should have had this in mind 15 years ago, that was going to be built for a football team, for a football, whether it was us or Tottenham or whoever was going to get it. They should have done that, because for them to say, oh, yeah, it's going to be an athletic, no one cares about athletics, do they, really? Let's be honest. Fucking...
No. And this is the thing, right? You said about Spurs. This is the telling thing, is Spurs were going to demolish it and build a new stadium. They see it, said, nah, that's not good enough. We won the bid because we agreed to keep the legacy and keep it as it is and not knock it down. If we had that same mindset, we might not have got it.
Yeah,
which would have been great. I wish we didn't get it.
It's like fucking a teenager on the pole. They say anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, they will say anything, and that is what, as I said, that's what they outlined to us. They would have said anything at the time to get their foot in that door. Yeah.
They was never going to destroy it.
They never intended to have it. They intended to be given it, and that is the problem. And there's government laws against it. There's EU laws against it.
But if they was given it, Nick, do you think they would have demolished it and built us a new stadium? No.
No. I think
no, exactly. So whatever they said, the point is,
no, but I think they would have sold it then. I think the land that they would have been given would have made the club a lot more valuable.
Maybe, but the point is, Nick, that Spurs, and I hate to say this, had completely the right idea. They
somebody said, what the hell do you mean with a teenager in a pool? Teenager on the pool. Teenager on the pool. They say anything to the girl. You tell the girl you love them.
Don't get yourself in trouble, Nick.
Teenager. I mean, like, going out with the kids that go out clubbing and all that sort of stuff.
Should we get through some of the? We got a lot of comments here we've starred. So by the way, just know, if you don't know how it works, some of your comments, we get to them at a section. We star some comments that we can. We can't get to all of them, but we star some. Johnny T271 says, what's the sizing like on OK jerseys? So this is a large, and it fits all right. Obviously I'm trying to lose weight. Like I said, the large is probably right, but it comes up a little bit tight. So you can size up, but you don't have to size up too much. I would say it's fine. Like, if you're not if you're not a big fat bastard like me at the moment, then you shouldn't have any issues anyway. But Jace is, the 4XL is tight. Jace can't fit in the 4XL, but in the 4XL in like normal, that's his size. So just keep that in mind. Steve says, haven't won at home since Feb with fans in the stadium. Won't make a difference. Yep, spot on. Shout out Melissa. Yes, a very big game on Monday night, and it's going to be West Ham 4, Brentford 0. Okay, Nikki, Ryan, and Dan. Yep, we're good. Hope you're good, Melissa, and I hope you're bloody right. I hope you are right with that prediction. If you're a season ticket holder, not going is not supporting that commitment. If you are a season ticket holder, not going. Not going is not supporting that commitment. you're not supporting the commitment of your season ticket.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah. Maybe come back on that, mate. We won a European trophy with a completely empty London stadium.
No, we
Well,
didn't. No, we didn't.
Technically, we did because the London stadium was empty when we played the final, Nick. So he's technically right.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're true. Yeah,
It
it's true.
was. It's technically right. The London stadium was empty during that final. 6x9. Danny says Jordan is a total melt. Thinks he knows it all. And the feedback in his comments disappointingly. I don't know anything about that other stuff. I think you started this, Nick.
Thing is with Jordan as well. He hates Sullivan, so I don't really get why he sticks up for fucking.
The problem is he does it every time. He goes, well, listen, I don't like Sullivan. But let me go and defend him right now. Like he says it. He sees constant little shtick he does. I can't believe I'm having to defend Sullivan. I really don't like the guy.
Listen, the geezer sometimes is a stand-up geezer. Like he says things that people are scared to say, and he's got a lot of money, and he don't have to worry about keeping his job and all that. It doesn't matter if he has that job or not, right? And he says for some things that people want to say and they won't say, right? But the other times he's just a prick. And like and I've said this before, when it comes down to certain things, right? He turns around and says things from an owner's perspective, right? Because if it was him, and it has been him. And and I did say this to his credit, right? He found out that the going was too tough in that league. He didn't have the money to do it. He couldn't keep up with the big boys in the football clubs. He was taking Palace down the fucking pan. Club he supported as a kid, and he got out. Yeah. And he got out, and he sold up the club, and he give the club over to someone that can run it. That's what Sullivan's got to do. Sullivan has got to realise that he's doing more harm to this club than good.
Yeah, so he's clarified his point. Says, my point about season ticket holders boycotting or not going will result in the club putting in rules around number of games to attend to be able to renew. Now, I'm sure there was a rule or something in that. Whereas if you miss a certain number of games and don't sell your ticket back to the club, that they can take your ticket away, right? Yeah. So that rule is already in place. There's not going to be multiple boycotts. There might be more than one. They might do it again, but there's not going to be enough boycotts for them to be able to take people's tickets away. And if they do take people's tickets away, well, that's not very smart then, because say 20,000 people boycott. That's 20,000 customers that you're getting rid of, mate. Like 20,000, lots of money. And you've got to replace that with other fans. And we've seen the 50,000 seater waiting list. People turned down tickets. People said, no, thank you. So good luck to them if that's what they want to do. Right to boycott. Yes, well said, Nick, you're 100% right to boycott the game on Monday night. Jake says, at Leeds, I've got some leaflets to hand out, courtesy of Hammers United. Yep, there's going to be leaflets, black balloons. Get what you can. It's going to be good. And I think Nick Tucker wants to do red cards at some point, like Brownlows get the red cards up. So I don't know when he's going to look into that. Rob says, we need to keep up the pressure on Sullivan. We can't slack off now. We have Nuno in charge. This is it. We can't be seen to be fickle. Like, if we're going to be taken seriously, because this is what happens. People, when people go, well, you weren't protesting when you was in Europe. You weren't protesting when things are going well. You weren't protesting when this happened or that happened. Well, that's what they say.
Honest, I've started a comment that says something similar to that. So you get round to it, and I'll show you exactly why.
Yeah, that's the thing, mate.
I think that even if Nuno was to go on a 10-game unbeaten run there, and we fly up the table, the protests still have to happen. You're right. You can't stop, because I got the feeling that the last protest, and reading online, that some people were attending that protest because they wasn't happy with the performances and because we was at the bottom of the league, where it's nothing to do with the team. It's the way the club's run, which is two different things. So, I mean, fuck me, if we was protesting for every time we was at the bottom of the league, we'd have been protesting for the fucking last 40 years of my life, apart from a couple of seasons.
Yeah. We are protesting ultimately, and I think I can confidently say everyone wants Sullivan out. That's the goal. That is just the be all and end all. Sullivan out. Whether we're top of the league, whether we're fucking bottom, Sullivan out. And I think this is the comment you was talking about. Let's get to mid-table, then protest for fuck's sake. Why weren't we protesting during the European runs? This is the sort of comment.
I think, and I mean this with the greatest respect, I think that's one of the most stupid comments I've ever read in my life. Because let's get to mid-table, then protest. Why weren't we protesting during the European runs? So what is there a sweet spot? So don't protest while we're winning. Don't protest while we're losing. It isn't about winning or losing. It's about protesting, about something you believe in. It isn't about the results. Like what? So where's the sweet spot? We've got to wait to mid-table before you start protesting. What happens then if we drop down from mid-table once we start protesting? Do we stop? And if we get into Europe, do we start again or do we stop it? That is one of the most stupid things I've ever read in my life. And I mean that with the greatest respect. And I know you didn't mean it, but that is stupid. That is a stupid thing to say. If you protest, you protest. Whatever happens, you know what I mean? Like there is times when it calls for protest. It's, so mid-table, you've got a 10th and then you can protest. If we slip to 11th, don't bother. Right?
What if we never get mid-table? What if we never get This is the reason why we have to comments like this, why we have to be seen to be protesting no matter what, because people will keep saying, why weren't we protesting at this point and that point? And if we end up having Nuno in and all of this, well, why weren't you protesting at this time? Like, just fucking protest no matter what. This is
look at the initials of that. Look at that initials of that account. That could be a fake account.
Yeah.
DS. That could be Sullivan.
Shout out to Randy. Good lad, always in the chat. I think some of these ones they're out of context. I think you're talking to someone else, Nick, and you just start these. Damien, it's madness as we needed multiple years a long-term striker.
Sorry, I probably didn't mean to start that one. It's probably a different
one. This was a great comment. I started from Chris. Shout out to Chris. He does a lot of great work with these protests. Sullivan decided not to invest in online sex channels when it first came about, as he didn't see any future in it. It'd have been worth about 100 billion now, and he still would have fucking penny pinched with West Ham in it. But that sums him up, doesn't it?
Up front.
He didn't buy. That's like him not buying Jamie Vardy for £1 million because he weren't going to go straight into the fucking starting 11. Like that's David Sullivan for you, ladies and gentlemen. An idiot.
Hold on, look, we have been discussing with Sullivan for years, but doing it when we are 19th with a new manager, no team commanders. Why is it taking so many years?
There's been protests before. This ain't the first protest. There was a protest last season over the concessions, which was successful. So there's been protests, but there has to be a breaking point where you get the fans together and say enough's enough. And you say like West Ham are a hive mind. It takes a lot of work to do these protests, to get thousands of fans together as one and unify and collect all on the same mission. You act like we can just decide, like, protest, we're doing it, we're all protesting now. It's not easy. And the work that people like Hammers United and Crossed Hammers and all these other people doing, they're giving up time, they've given up money to do these protests and organize it. It's not easy that you could just do it whenever you feel like. And they've come together and they've organized it. And this is the thing, when people criticize how things are done, it's easy to criticize when you're not putting the time, the money, the effort in yourself. So we just have to get behind the ones that are doing it.
What you do find as well, Dan, is I think you find that as the years go by, there are more and more people that want to, year one, there may have been people wanting to protest, not everyone, but as the years roll by, more and more people getting on side. And it comes a time when enough's enough. It's like saying, why weren't we protesting against, let's say we was protesting, why weren't we protesting against World War II during World War One? Because it wasn't happening at the time. There wasn't people talking about it at the time and things like, why weren't we protesting about David Sullivan when we had Terence Brown in charge? It's nonsense. It's just there comes a time when it's time to protest, and now is the time to protest, mid-table or not. It's not about the team.
It doesn't matter. All that matters is we're doing it now. The time is now. Whatever we did or didn't do in the past is immaterial. Right now, the fans are protesting, so we got to get behind it.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You know what I mean? And it's because this is the thing, right? If you start causing some dissent and some doubt, people go, "Oh, maybe they're right. Maybe I should just go." Like, so I wouldn't
Thing
be
is, like
surprised.
the last protest against Crystal Palace, there was what 3,000 now, roughly 3,500 maybe.
Yeah,
And yeah, everyone hoped there was a bit more, but there might have been people that were thinking about going, but thought, oh, it's not serious. But they would have seen that protest, and now they're thinking, okay, the Burnley one, I'm going to make sure I do go now. So
well,
the
they're
Burnley
aiming
one
for
will be,
10,000 for Burnley, isn't it?
yeah, the Burnley one will be double, even more. So yeah,
10,000,
look,
yeah.
you've got to start somewhere, and you've either got to do it now, or like someone said there, it's a good point that if we're winning and protesting, it's a louder message to
Yeah,
send to the board.
because it
So
shows it's not just about the results on the
yeah,
pitch; it's deeper than that. 100%. That's a great
But
point, mate.
that is what that is what I've said as well. I will go outside and protest outside the ground, away grounds, home grounds, whatever, and then go inside and cheer the team on because I'm not what I'm. And people are saying, like, I see Dan getting criticised last week for buying a ticket to not go, and people saying, oh well, that could have been someone else's ticket. Mate, go on the website if you want to go. Like, go on the website. You'll find a fucking ticket. No problem about that. Like, don't worry about that.
It's not hard to get a ticket for West Ham this season, mate. Tottenham, Chelsea at home, they was all like general sale. There's seats, I'll go on there and I'll go to the games that I want to go to. It's not hard to get a ticket at West Ham these days.
Yeah.
Where years ago, it was struggle. Games would be selling out, and people. I remember people roaring with each other, saying that they should be giving more tickets, and they was moaning because we were giving them to school kids and things like that.
Yeah.
It's
100%, mate. And look, the thing is, the reason I bought a ticket, right, and to not go is because I'm sitting here trying to convince fans that have already spent their money, all the season ticket holders, because that's where this is going to be won or lost. It's the season ticket holders. I'm trying to convince people that parted with their money to not go to a game that they've paid for. So I put my money where my mouth is, bought a ticket, spent my money to not go. There's a seat there that's definitely going to be empty. And I'm boycotting then, aren't I? So no one can say, well, it's easy for you, Dan, because it's not your money. Like, so that's why, and because it's not about the money, it don't matter. He's got plenty of money.
If it was 70 quid, you would have thought twice.
Well, the thing is, mate, I've had season ticket games where I've not made a penny and not gone, not like before.
I'm only joking. But what I know. Yeah, well, so what I would say is this, like, then people saying it's stupid because you're giving them the money. As I said on my video, they can keep my fucking money. Like, they've already had my money year after year after year, and I'm going to be honest, they'll continue to have my money because I go to support my football club, right?
Yeah.
So that means if I decide then to not go to a game, that's my prerogative. Like, don't sit there and tell me what's right and what's wrong, and you're stupid because you've already given them your money. It's not about money. They've got money. Like, my 16 quid ain't going to fucking buy David Sullivan an extra kebab at the end of the week. Right? David Sullivan's got money. Like, he don't worry about money. He ain't going to worry about 16 quid. He ain't going to worry if nobody turns up to the stadium. Yeah. But in terms of, like, it's about making a visual. If there is as many people that don't go as we think, right, then Sky will be talking about it on the night. There ain't many people here tonight. I wonder why that is. Oh, there was a protest. It gets the ball rolling. It's
like I said, just the threat of a protest got me on national radio talking it. But that was the threat, and that's why I said it's already a success because we're on it. We're talking about it now. The media are talking about it. That's just the threat of a protest.
The fact that they're offering £12 tickets for a Premier League game shows it's fucking working.
Yeah,
because they would never do that.
Can you please answer Dom's question, by the way, so we get some more just the rest of these comments? Nick, what the fuck did you put in the jelly popping chocolate?
I bought it back from America. I never fucking put anything in it.
Tastes like cod liver oil. Their chocolate.
That's just American chocolate, Dom. It's not.
It's not chocolate, I don't think.
English chocolate, British chocolate all the way, mate. Cadbury.
Yeah, like I tried one of them Hershey's years ago, and it was disgusting. Them Hershey bars. You ever had them Hershey chocolate?
Yeah. I've had. I've obviously been to America a few. Obviously, I don't mind some of the American stuff, but yeah, it's not the greatest chocolate in the world.
No.
Yeah.
liver oil. Jesus, that's a glowing endorsement. Shout out to KG says, Dan, how is the teaching? I saw an IG post about, yeah, I'm teaching up in Paddington with my mate Deji, who you may know. I do the 12th Man show with, like This Is London with, and teaching a social media course, YouTube, all of that stuff up there. And yeah, it's going really well. They're really getting into it. You know,
funny enough, I was watching something the other day, and I thought like I put it on, and I thought it was like like an updated version of the Blair Witch Project. And then when I looked into it, it was your video of you walking around in a forest.
Oh yeah. I was wondering where he was going with it. Yeah. Do you know what it is, right? Yeah, do you know why? Because like in that forest, in that park, it's one of the few places I can film in and around London without worrying about my camera getting nicked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what in Dagenham?
No, yeah, in Dagenham, yeah. I've got good sight lines in there. So I can sort of walk away from my camera. And if anyone's coming, I can see it a mile away. If I go on the streets or certain places, get these little twats in their little e-bikes go yoink. So
to be fair, it was a good video. It was good. Well, the way you put it all together, it was good. But I was just made me laugh where the camera was there and you were standing halfway down in the forest. It just reminded me of one of them scary films where you like come towards the camera quick.
It reminded me of ITV midday what housewives programming, you know.
It was a bit like or you get them sort of like BBC News live at 6.
Do you remember when Dominic Littlewood used to do Cowboy Builders and he'd say something to the camera and then walk off?
Yeah.
I'll show them how to fix a door.
Wood comes from the trees, but you know, the trees, they need to grow from somewhere. So let's go and have a look where they grow from.
Yeah. Well, that's what you got to do, because otherwise people you just look like you're teleporting to the next location. It's like, I'm going to walk to the next location, and then you walk into the next location. So it's like, all right, you've just walked from there to there. So that was the idea. So they don't see all me. Right, get the fucking camera, carry that.
Quickly answer this one. Yes, mate, I did. I was there. Yeah, it was definitely me. Yeah, I'll go over Holbridge. Thingy, Dan, Matt's boy plays for Holbridge, doesn't he?
Yeah, he plays for a few teams, but that's
played for the first team. So yeah, no, I'll go over there. My father-in-law, they live around the corner. So when West Ham ain't playing, and I can go to Holbridge. I love going to lower league games, and it's all right over Holbridge. Good club.
Yeah, no. So there you go. Now, if you see Ryan, say hello. Say hello. And someone said, why Lawless Live when you're never live? That's a very good question, mate. I thought of it because it was a catchy name. And when I did it, ironically, I was like, oh yeah, I don't really go live, but it was just a catchy name. But yeah, it's true. I'm never live. I think Nicky starred this. Nicky has pronouns on his LinkedIn. I think Nicky's
yeah. I think everyone's got pronouns on their LinkedIn. I don't think you can change it.
I don't think I have on my LinkedIn. No,
well,
I'm making a political statement right now.
I haven't looked at my LinkedIn in years.
What is he? He's legit. He's actually gone on your LinkedIn, and he
must have. Yeah, he must have.
Yeah. 400. I think it's probably a bit more now. 70 likes. Get the likes up, people. If you're enjoying the video, then hit a thumbs up. It does help us greatly, and give us a subscribe. And it we're trying to get to 100K. And if you are on Twitter, like Michael, so Michael K, shout out to Michael K. He's one of the few people I see commenting on Twitter, and he's come to YouTube. Good to see you. So if you're watching this on Twitter, come over to YouTube and then get in with the community here. We've got a great group of people here, a great community to interact with. So if you're on Twitter, we've got a link, come YouTube and go and watch it. But shout out to you, Michael. I can't work out how people ain't getting on board with the boycott. The time is now. Their time is up. The time is now, as John Cena would say.
Someone said, well, we've missed a lot of good comments in the chat tonight, mate. It's going fucking 100 mile an hour, Nick. I can't fucking see it.
Sorry. If there is someone you think there's a good one, write it again and someone highlight it. Rich, West Ham, £5 super chat. Thank you very much, Rich. I'm sick of people telling us we shouldn't protest. It's everybody's right. Same as the boycott. Everyone has a choice. BS out. That's it. We live in a free country.
People protest every day, whether it's football or whatever. People have got their rights to protest, so you should never dig people out for protesting. If that's what they believe in, then let them protest. You know, it's not, if you don't want to get involved, then just go to the game and you know, it's, everyone's got a choice in life, basically. No one's forcing anyone to do anything.
No, 100%. Last two comments. I think this one you starred, Nick. Did you meet Karen Brady, Nikki? Was she in person? She's had Ozempic, isn't she? I think she had that Ozempic.
I don't know.
That's why she looks really different now. She looks like a different person. I think she's had a bit of stuff going on, which is her choice.
Did we meet her? Yes. Was she fit? Not for me.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. Listen, you know, it's one of those. Hear me out. I can fix her. An evergreen world-class team in a world-class stadium. Their words, not ours. They sold us a dream and gave us a nightmare. They need to go. There is no redemption for them. Spot on, Eamon. Spot on, mate. And speaking of redemption, segue. Can we get some redemption at home to Brentford, where we haven't won a game at home, like Nick said, since February? It's a big, big game for many, many reasons. But we go into this game, Nuno's first game at home, terrible home record, coming off of the back of that draw to Everton and obviously the loss to Arsenal, which was really uninspiring. Thank you very much, Steve, by the way. £5 super chat. Got to keep up the pressure on these pricks. Spot on. How are you guys feel? Like, boycott everything aside. I think we've spoke about that in depth. How are you feeling about the game? Is there any confidence at all?
Yeah, I mean, look, Brentford's a difficult game for us. I think we've only beaten once in 8. I think we've drawn 1, lost 6. So in the Premier League, I know we've beat them in the FA Cup, but they're always a difficult team. They beat us in, was it February, where they beat us 1-0 at home. So it's, yeah, they're like a bogey team for us. So it's always going to be a difficult game. But look, they last time they lost, I watched them against Man City. You know, Man City this season are sort of on good form, you know. But they beat Man United the week before. I think it was 3-1 at home. They're a decent team. But with us, I feel that, you know, we've had a break. Nuno's obviously had time to work with the players that weren't away on international break. He's obviously got some backroom team in now. I'm so happy that he's given a chance to Mark Robson and Steve Potts. You know, I think that this is where I think previous managers like Potter and Lopetegui failed, by not bringing in people in the backroom staff that know the club. David Moyes done it, and we had huge success. It don't only bring you success on the pitch, it's what happens off the pitch as well, and the atmosphere in the changing room. And I think that's going to be I know Nuno is going to bring in some of his own staff, hopefully, that he wants. But I think that's a great move by the football club, especially by Nuno. He's obviously seen something in them in the 2 games that he had them. So it's great. And they're 2 well-respected coaches. But, yeah, look, I think we can get a result. I fancy us to get the win on Monday. It's going to be difficult, but, yeah, no, I fancy us to win.
Yeah.
I fancy us as well. I fancy us to win as well. It's going to be tough. Someone pointed out to me a couple of days ago that these are 2 important games. These next 2 games, with, you know, it's not about beating Brentford and beating Leeds. It's about how, if we don't beat them, they can pull away from us, which is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You know, as you know, we are in a relegation fight. We're at the start of a relegation fight because of the start we've had. So, you know, but I've got a sneaky suspicion, well, not sneaky suspicion, I've got full confidence that we will win Monday night. And you know how confident I am? Final one standing, I've gone West Ham. I'm still in the 500k game.
Yeah, we need to win a London derby at some point this season, because we've been battered in most of them. Well, all of them, I think.
Yeah,
but,
all of them, yeah.
Yeah, you know,
we've lost the most London derbies of any team, in fact, in the Premier League.
Yeah, so we need a win in a London derby. But yeah, it's look, it's Nuno's first home game. Obviously, we spoke about the atmosphere inside the stadium, is whether there's going to be people there or not. There still will be a good crowd there, I think. I still think there'll be 30,000, 40,000 now, at least, on Monday night. yeah, it's about, look, with Brentford are 3 points in front of us. We need to start picking up results. We've got 2 games in the space of 4 days. We've got Monday night and then Friday night. It's difficult, but
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why they've done that, but look, we get a good win against Brentford. It gives us more confidence going to Leeds next Friday, which will be also a difficult game. Every game's difficult in the Premier League. We know that. But yeah, no, look, I fancy us. I've backed us to win in my thing we do at work. I've gone for 3-1. I just fancy it, and I think Fulkrug being out is going to be a blessing in disguise, and I think Marshall will get his first goal for West Ham on Monday night.
Yeah. This will be, hopefully, yeah, we can see him start. I think he will start, and then Wilson off the bench. It could be his final appearance, or he could finally get his appearance under.
How about this, right? Listen, what is this?
We're only a point down from the same. We win. We'll be 2 points better off from where we were last season. Jeez.
Always say the positive.
Yeah, but do you know, now me, Mr. Negative, to put the negative spin on that, the issue is, Chris, I think we'd be, if we was to lose or draw, we'd still be further adrift than we were last season, and the competition is stronger. And Nicky alluded to it, like, if Brentford beat us, they go 6 points clear of us. If Leeds beat us, they go 7 points clear of us. Then it depends on what Burnley do and Forest do. I mean, I don't expect anything for Forest under Ange, but you never know. But this is an issue then, because Burnley win, they're 3 points ahead. Forest win, they're 4 points ahead. All of a sudden, we find ourselves cut adrift, and we have to win and then hope the other team loses, and then win again and hope the other team drops points. And then you're in that's a sticky place to be in, to be honest with you.
There was a lot of people like predicting a draw on Monday night, and I can see why, because we've lost all 3 of our home games and Brentford have lost all 3 of their away games, so it's got draw written all over it. But it's going to be a difficult game. Brentford are obviously new manager. As I said, I watched them the other week against Man United and I was impressed with them. So, and look, they've got a good record against us, as I said earlier. So, but no, I fancy us. I think Nuno, first home game, let's get the win and move up that table.
We looked good against Everton. We looked organised, and we did show that we can attack under Nuno at the right time. Arsenal, I think he just had an approach to that was very negative, and we weren't going to get anything for it going into this.
But I think at the time, Dan, when you went into the Arsenal game, and I said this, it's about stopping the rot. You have to stop the rot somehow, And I know that we lost the game, but there was going into that with Potter, the way we've been defending corners, right? We said this against Everton. Me and Ryan sat there and watched the Everton game, right? He said, as we was going into it, the record amount of corners that people have conceded is 17, right, or 16 in the Premier League. And on that game, we conceded the 8th in 6 games. Like we was on, and when you go into the Arsenal game, they are corner fucking specialists. Like
that's a positive you take. That's a positive you take. My point,
and he's stopping the rot, Dan. He's stopping the rot. I think losing to a very good Declan Rice goal and a very controversial penalty. I think it could have been more. Obviously, it could have been more. But I think that sort of like that would feel like it weren't as bad. I was expecting like sort of 8-0, 9-0 if Potter would have been in charge of taking corners and that. Honestly, I was.
But yeah, the point I'm making is I'm not dissing Nuno. I'm saying he went for an approach. Now the issue is with that game, we didn't concede, but we had nothing going forward, right? Nothing.
We should have scored in the first minute.
We had nothing, Nick, for the whole game. We had nothing going forward.
Yeah, we should have scored in 30 seconds.
Okay, Nick, we was fucking attacking Gunno, whatever the fuck you want to be a contrarian.
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying is, Nick. Yes, we had a little moment, but for the approach to the game, right, was to get a 0-0, right? And I'm not digging. So I'm using this to make my point.
I don't agree with that.
Well, it was obvious. Where was the attacking?
I don't agree with it.
It
wasn't that we didn't want to attack. It was Arsenal was so good they didn't let us out.
Pat pack it in, grow up.
I'm sorry, but
Grow
I'm
up,
sorry.
pack it in. I do a Simon Jordan on you, mate. Fucking pack it in and grow up. No, like, but listen, right? We was all there. It wasn't a great performance, but
No, you was there, and I watched
there was
it.
positive. There was positives to take, but what the point I'm making is, even though it was a sort of toothless performance, I'm not expecting that for Brentford. I think we're going to be completely different in this game. The approach is going to be different.
You say that. I see the other day that we played a behind closed door game against Ipswich, I think, and he played a 3 at the back. So is that something that he's going to experiment with going forward?
I hope not. I've not enjoyed that. I think with the back four against Everton, I think he had sort of the best possible lineup out there. To be honest with you, switch Fulkrug out, and that's our best team.
Behave, Lily. Behave.
No, let's be honest, Nick. Let's be honest. It was an open. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be perfectly clear. It was an open goal. He had the whole fucking net. If he would have missed that, it would have been one of the worst misses.
What, like Eze did 30, about 20 minutes before? Exactly the same chance. Yeah, there are chances. There are chances.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Nick, it's world class. It's an open goal. I mean, you're sitting there. I know he's your boy.
No, it's not.
I know you fucking love him.
This is why. Come on, back me up here. You've played football. Them chances are not easy. They're easier than they fucking.
No, look, I said it on post match pine when we filmed. I said it was a good finish under the pressure, like to control the ball and But yeah, the defender. I can't remember who it was now.
It was
it should have been picked up. Goalkeeper's palmed it into his way. And yeah, look, it's a great finish.
He had all the time, and he had all the time in the world. So there's no one was putting pressure on him. He had an open goal because of what's his name? Areola was on the floor, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's the most impossible to miss. But what I'm saying is for Nicky to sit there and start wanking it off like it was the fucking one of the best finishes since sliced bread.
Wasn't wanking it off. I just said it was a very good Declan Rice goal and a very good Arsenal performance.
Yeah, but it weren't. But what I'm saying is, Nick,
I wasn't the one that said it wasn't a good goal. You wasn't the one that said that. Geezer said it wasn't a good goal. Wasn't a good Arsenal performance.
No, but you're framing of it.
You've got your West Ham hat on. I'm sorry,
but you're framing of it as if we've just been undone by like just an amazing, spectacular goal. The defending. That's what you said. You said it took a spectacular Rice goal and
a spectacular penalty. A very good.
You said that's what it took. It was bad defending. That's what it took. Bad defending, Nick. Rice should have never had an open goal and no one closing him down, right? He should have never had that scenario. So you're framing it as if it was just, what can you do? What can you do?
Oh, I am framing it about what can you do because they was all over us.
Stupid.
They was all over us. They was all over us like a fucking rat. They was all over us like chicken pox.
We're talking about this goal, mate. You're saying what can you do?
I wasn't talking about that goal. I'm talking about why we lost the game. They were very good. The geezer said it wasn't a very good Arsenal performance. I'm sorry, but if you believe it wasn't a very good Arsenal performance,
you never said that. I don't think he said that.
I never said you said it. I'm saying the geezer said it.
I don't think he said that. I don't think
it was controlled Arsenal performance, and Arsenal didn't really have to get out of second gear against us that day.
This wasn't vintage Arsenal. Arsenal were the better team, let's be honest. But we didn't see Arsenal at the peak of their powers. Arsenal, we know, can be much better than we saw, right? And they did miss chances. But the framing around the goal, Nick, is, and what you said, it took a very good Declan Rice goal and a penalty.
Yes.
It took
a dodgy penalty. Penalty.
Okay, yeah. It's a dodgy rule because it's a stupid rule because the rule is if it starts outside the box and continues in
and goes inside, it's a penalty.
And vice versa.
And then I said it could have been more, but it wasn't. And you have to take the positives out of that.
Yes, I was taking the positives, but you were so quick to. Oh no! Don't say anything negative. I was framing it to go. I don't think we'll see that in this game.
I wasn't trying to say that.
Listen, I know you can't be when it comes to your boy Declan Rice. I know you can't be objective, Nick. I know you love him, right? But it is what it is. It is what it is, mate. It was bad defending.
Captain of England this week. I don't care about all this Arsenal West Ham bollock. Captain of England, he come from us. Makes me proud.
You know what? Speaking of England, we're in the World Cup. Fucking pissing it. Do you know what? Right? I screenshotted this last night because I thought I'm going to mention it because I was like gobsmacked like when I read this, right? So this is England's record in qualifiers since the year 2000 in Euros and World Cup, right? We've played 117 games, won 90, drawn 20, lost only 7 games, scored 313 goals, conceded 57, 21 games to score 5+ goals, 74 clean sheets, 77% win percentage since the year 2000. That's fucking crazy. Like, if you could win a World Cup for qualifiers, we'd be champions all the time.
Yeah. Why can't they give a trophy out for that? Could you imagine? But it just goes to show you, mate, the wasted potential that there's been at England, you know, all over the years.
Do you know what? I'll be honest though, Dan, and I wasn't when Tuchel first took over. I wasn't thinking. I didn't. Not that I thought it was a bad decision. I just thought I could. But honestly, watching England the last few games, I'm really enjoying England. What I love about it now is that the squad we've got, there's another 10, 15 players that can't get in this squad that are good enough to probably start for England. So it's the players we're bringing through. And I think the only thing that's going to let us down in the World Cup is the heat. I think the heat will get to us because out of all the squads going there, we're going to have one of the best squads.
Well, they need to be doing some sort of warm weather training or something. But you're right. I'll judge Tuchel on the big games. That's where, like you said, it's positive signs. But I'm really interested to see him in the big moments. Like we saw Southgate, and ultimately, look, you can objectively say for his time as a manager, he did a good job, right? But he could have done better, I think, with the players he had available. And in those big moments, I think it was in them big moments that let him down. So I want to see what Tuchel does.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to the Euro final in 2021, taking Rice off completely changed the whole dynamic of that performance and that team. You know, we lost a lot in that, and we ended up losing against Spain. Same again. Like we sort of bottled it. I mean, Spain weren't that great, you know, but on the night they was better than us. They wanted it more.
Yeah.
But when I look at the team and the players that ain't even in England's squad at the moment, Bellingham, Foden, Grealish, you know, there's players out there that would easily get into that England team, and it's good. I'm glad we're there. I'm glad we're in the World Cup. I mean, look, it was never any doubt. You know, 6 wins out of 6, no goals. Jordan Pickford hasn't conceded an England goal for over a year. That's fucking mental.
Yeah, that's really good. Do you know what? He has been, and there were so many calls to have fucking Ramsdale or whatever it was when he was at Arsenal.
I'll be honest with Pickford.
He's been great for England, Pickford.
Pickford is getting better with age.
Yeah.
He's getting better with age. I
think he's better for England than he is for Everton. And I don't think he's been bad for Everton, but I think he's never let England down, really.
I think he might be England's best goalkeeper since Gordon Banks. And I know we've had David Seaman, I know we've had Peter Shilton, but
steady on, mate.
I honestly do. I think he's fantastic.
Hot take, Nicky.
No, I do honestly. But if you look about, like, you know, Seaman was fantastic, but at the big times, he got lobbed by Ronaldinho from the halfway line and fucking got lobbed by.
They said the other night. I mean, correct me if I'm better. Yeah, someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's only ever made one error that's led to a goal in all of his England games. He's got like 70 odd games for England. So yeah. I mean, I think he's improved, and I think he's a great goalkeeper. I really like Jordan Pickford.
And you started this comment, Nick. I assume you wanted to respond to this.
Someone said he ain't better than Phil Parkes. Phil Parkes didn't play many times for England. I'm talking about for England.
Rice was captain in the friendly against Wales.
Yeah, he was captain. Yeah. I watched him lead England out. That means he's the captain of England. He's a captain of England.
Well, he captained that game.
Yeah, I'm sort of with you in the respects that he was proud. You know, whatever we think of Declan Rice, it was a proud moment because it is someone that come through the ranks at West Ham. You know, we've seen him grow into that England international. You know, he was playing in finals for England when he was a West Ham player. So
Yeah.
it's no, it was, and he led the team out against Wales. I believe he will be the next captain of England when Kane retires. So yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
if
all
Tuchel's still in
thanks.
fucking charge, it'll probably be Jordan fucking Henderson.
All thanks to West Ham.
Jordan Henderson.
What? Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Jake. I don't know if he's talking about the Euros here, but he's saying UEFA thinking about changing the format to one big table like Champions League, or he's talking about FIFA. If they change in, and imagine that. Like, what would you guys think about that? If like the World Cup, yeah, that's Jake. Shout out to Jake. He comes over and he
Ramsey.
yeah, good old Jake. He does come over to the fan cams. He's not on the fan cams, but he comes and stands and keeps us company during the fan cams. But yeah, what would you guys think about that? Like, if international football was a similar format where you had this big league table and then it would go into knockouts. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, I'm not for that. I like the way it is. I mean, look, they've extended the World Cup to more teams. I think, was it Cape Verde qualified the other day? You know, it gives more countries like that a chance to appear at major finals. But could you imagine Cape Verde in like playing England or Germany or Spain? It'd just be embarrassing for them, wouldn't it? You know?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's just more football as well. That's the problem for the players.
I remember in World Cup '98 when Jamaica got there and they didn't do themselves, you know, they done their country proud. So
I think they're top of their group now at the moment.
Yeah,
Jamaica.
It's nice to see like nations like that get a chance.
Maybe we should nick their manager.
This is hey, seal it up. Have you ever seen that video?
Yeah.
Seal it up.
Well, he's here like he's like an illusion on top of his head.
I swear, if they qualify and the opening game he's got one of their mats with them fake dreadlocks on, I will wreck.
Hey, I swear down, he brushes his hair. I don't know how he brushes it. I think he brushes it with a lighter, like a little smoke lighter.
Imagine England though, like the Wally with the brolly gets his payback, and he's the fucking the ledge.
Yeah,
the
imagine it. But yeah, but I still like his hair. His hair's like an hologram.
Yeah,
you know what? Though, like someone just said there about Robbie Earl, like, and do you know what? I just remembered when about 5 years, I think it's about must have been long, about 6-7 years ago, when I used to work at my branch in Canning Town. I remember Dwight Gale's dad, Marcus Gale, come into our trade cannon. He was a van driver. And I remember speaking to him thinking, fucking hell, mate, you played for Jamaica in the World Cup in '98. Like, it's fucking mad. Like, obviously he's part of the Wimbledon team, the crazy gang. And mad. We had who was the other player that come in? Oh, Nigel Spink, the old Aston Villa goalkeeper, come into our trade cannon as well. He was a van driver, come down from obviously Midlands. I think he had a courier company. He was very like when we noticed that it was him, he was like a bit shocked that we knew who he was. I was like, mate, you made your debut for Villa in the like European Cup final and you won the European Cup.
Yeah.
Fucking mad.
Michael asks a very key question actually that I would have forgotten to address if Michael didn't ask us. So thank you. By the way, as KG says, do like the stream if you're enjoying it. That would be very appreciated. Michael says, what time's Friday night pint next week? Or will it be Saturday morning pint? I believe we're looking to do a Thursday night pint because obviously we're playing Leeds on Friday.
It ain't a Saturday morning one because I'm coming back from fucking Leeds at 10 o'clock. So I'm not fucking getting home and going straight on there. That's a fucking
Saturday morning. Hair of the dog, we'll call it. Hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Saturday morning hangover.
Thursday night would be good shout. So
Thursday night pint because we're going to hopefully do a PMP on Saturday, and we're going to be just talking about the game. So Thursday. Everyone always says Thursday's the new Friday, isn't it? Like it's sort of morphed into a Friday. Let's get Nicky a bed anyway because the poor fucker's still trying to recover.
It's jet lag, man. It winds me up because you think you're all right, and then all of a sudden it starts to catch up with you again. I've got a fucking rotten cold.
Why does TalkSport think Dan is a spokesperson for the pros? I think they think he's written a manifesto. Yeah, I know. They I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's just they want someone to, wag their finger at and say, "Oi, stop that protesting, be a good fan and support the team." They love that. Wag the finger.
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna film a video of me reacting to Nicky's video of reacting to you,
and then Dan will do a reaction to you,
and then Scott will do a reaction, and then we'll just keep going. Graham will do one, and then we'll just keep going.
You can imagine, yeah, we'll do it. Do you know what? There's a part of me that was like, "Oh, should I react to Nicky reacting to me on TalkSport?"
Do you know what would be the good thing though? If Simon Jordan done a reaction video to Nicky.
Oh, we love it. Look at this. Look at this. He needs to pack it in. He needs to grow up. It's been absolutely ridiculous.
I'll be honest with you. I couldn't have an argument with the geezer because I don't know what he's fucking saying half the time. I have to have a dictionary by.
I don't think he is, mate. I don't think he knows, to be honest with you. But there you go.
We see him after a game once, didn't he? He walked past us when we was filming fan cams.
Yeah. I was Simon Jordan. Listen, I hope, like I said, I would hopefully get a rematch with him, and I'll be.
I do honestly think it was a part of that. I think he saw people, and I think he's one of them people. I think a lot of people in them positions have got a bit of ego. Like, and there was a lot of people saying that you take them to school last time, and I think he looked at the comments and thought, right, let's get this fucker back on again.
Yeah, and he does look at the, because he was replying to tweets and stuff that was slagging him off over it, and he was in the replies.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. I've seen Eddie Earn go on there a couple of times, and Simon Jordan's been a bit of a prick. He done it with Chris Eubank the other day. He does it like. He knows what he's doing. I don't think he believes half the stuff he says sometimes. He just knows he's going to get a good reaction on social media, and that's what TalkSport employ him to do.
It got good numbers, good engagement. Listen, my notifications, because they tell me, have gone non-stop ever since. So it done what it needed to do for him. At the end of the day, the message still got out there. Whether people think that, liked what I had to say, or they thought he got the better of me, whatever you think, like, we're talking about the protest, it's raising awareness of the subject. So even if you think
next time you go on there, Dan, and he's on there, why don't you put a blonde wig on to fucking like syrup?
Oh yeah, put one of the ones where he used to own phones for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a fucking Dennis haircut.
Have you seen that picture? It's fucking hilarious, yeah. There's a picture of him and Sullivan, and Simon Jordan's got long blonde hair and this fucking big black trench coat. He looks like the blonde Severus Snape from Harry Potter, and he's standing behind Sullivan. My Sullivan's sitting down. He's just looking at him, looking all fucking like a villain or something from Die Hard or something.
Honestly, mate, it does make me fucking laugh.
So doing something.
If I remember rightly, he was a bit of a pretty boy, wasn't he? A bit of a playboy back in the day.
Yeah,
if I remember rightly.
Yeah, no, he is probably. But yeah, do it Sunday. Well, listen, mate, if you can't watch it Thursday, then you can watch it Sunday. Obviously, you won't be able to tune in live, but you can still watch it back. But yeah, listen,
I'm at a wedding tomorrow.
Fucking hell, busy, eh? Non-stop, no rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked,
as they say. So there you go. But great show, lads. And like I said, one last time, OK jerseys. Scan it. Use the code Nicky. Speaking of arrogance, the code is Nicky. Funny enough.
I didn't make the code, by the way. I get slagged off for that in the thingy all the time. I didn't make the fucking code. Yeah,
he didn't make the code.
I didn't say it.
It was the guy. He was just like, "Oh, Nicky." Use that code Nicky, 8%. And I actually at my own money, nothing like that. I went and bought a shirt, a really cool shirt, which if I can fit into it, I hope to fit into it one day, because it's one of them. The player editions. The ones that, like, because you can buy the fan version, which is like this of the shirts, and you can buy them player ones, which are super fucking tight and shit. But it was a cool design. It was a Japan one with like fucking.
Ryan's got a bit of a Larry one coming. I see his order.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because when I was younger, for some reason, I loved that kit, and I always remembered it. I tried to buy it last year, and it got stopped in customs, and I just forgot all about it. And when I see it on the website, I thought, yeah, I'm having that. And I'm looking forward to it. That's a nice summer shirt, like to walk around in.
I love them 90s shirts, man. That's like you look all around world football.
It
There's
just
a
reminds me.
fucking-
It just reminds me of like R9, like when the real Ronaldo was fucking banging in goals left, right, and centre. So no, it's good.
yeah.
Good.
Any classic West Ham jerseys? Yeah, there's a few, and we're talking about Jake Hammond said, I don't know why he's shouting. Nicky, are you going to Manchester United on a Thursday night in December? Yes, I am.
Order the shirt they take while come from China. Yeah, I did check mine. I think mine might be there next week. 90s was the best era. Yeah, 90s kits. Like I just like the goalkeeper ones as well were mental.
Yeah, the 90s goalkeeper. They need to. I know they're starting to bring some of them back as well. They're starting to. I think they've got like the Man United ones, the Newcastle ones, the big Larry ones. So I hope someone designs that Sun one that we had years ago. But I've got to say this as well. I don't know how many tickets left. I don't think it's many. If you want to come 6th November at the Brewdog Upminster, that's the one. 6th November, Brewdog Upminster. We are hosting a night, me and Ryan, with Tony Cotty. And he will be there. And you can get your tickets right now on the Brewdog Instagram, I believe it is.
I think it's 3 weeks, isn't it? Is it 3 weeks? It's 3 weeks yesterday.
3 weeks yesterday, but there isn't many tickets left. So if you want to come, go and get them now.
I think
what's the date of it again? I didn't hear that.
I think we're going to do some Christmas songs as well. The lead up to Christmas.
Yeah, we'll have the Christmas decorations up. But Jesus Christ, man, are we that close to fucking Christmas? We are, aren't we?
Near the end of October.
Jesus.
You know what? When I was a kid, I used to hear them Christmas songs. I used to love them, and all the adults used to say, "When you get to our age and you've heard it for fucking 40 years, you get sick of it." And I didn't believe them, and now I believe them.
I'll be honest, I don't get sick of them. I like Christmas, and I don't know why I do, really, because I'm a miserable cunt every other bit of the year.
I watch the same fucking films every year. Like I act like I've never seen them before. I listen to the same fucking songs all the time on the radio, and nothing changes. But there is something special about Christmas. I do love Christmas. I'm a Christmas person as well.
So that's and that's a good point actually. The OK Jersey thing is, if you do want to order something for Christmas, give yourself as much time as possible, because they do come from China. So that's just an early bit of advice. Give yourself as much time. They're 15 quid. Same shit Baileys or Doolies.
I love a Baileys. Do you know what I see the other day? They do a Terry's chocolate orange one now. That I'm going to buy.
I got that one in the fridge.
You not had a Doolies, right?
I've had a Doolies.
Doolies, it's the cheap Baileys, Doolies. It's the cheap over the red and blue bottle or something.
I remember once. I can't remember. I think it was Aldi, and I bought a bottle of their version of Baileys before, and it was actually fucking really nice. You know, like 6 quid a bottle, something like that. It was actually all right. But
I bought one in Lidl for 3 quid.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
We had a Macmillan charity day at work the other week, and in the raffle, I won a massive bottle of Baileys, bottle of vodka, and all that. And that Baileys is gone. It didn't even last. It don't last in my house. I pour myself a little one with a bit of ice, and I get the taste for it.
Yeah. Nice. Now Nick says Nicky with a C. Now remember last time? That's your name now, Nicky with a C, because you are the man who likes to say the C word. That's appropriate. You are a C. You say C all the time.
I'm a C. Fuck you.
Well, listen, we have Nick with no C, mate. He's the non-C Nick.
You're down with a fucking massive D on your head. That's what you are. D head. Fuck you.
Well, listen, it was a thing from last week's show with Nick. Shout out to Nick with that.
As well, what we look forward to is that we obviously can do our Christmas show.
Yes.
Remember last time when we had Chesney Hawks on?
Yeah.
Singing along.
Oh my God.
He was out of his nut with his Christmas hat hanging off, and he was just singing along, but it was out of sync. I had to mute him.
Do you know what the funniest thing is, right? Scott was fucking terrified about singing, right? He was you go back and watch that video and he's like, it's all like that. Months later, we ended up getting him doing the fucking music video in that and singing Chesney Hawks. Like,
Well,
he's all
funny you should say
he
that,
was
Dan.
so you could see the look in his eyes, mate. He was terrified.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna keep playing that every week.
Every week we'll play a bit more,
Scott for
to
Christmas
it.
number one. Scott for
I love
Christmas
it.
number one, I say.
Maybe
He's
we
got to
should
actually.
organise.
I think he should sing it.
Maybe we should organise for us all to go there and do a Christmas song. Band, no.
Yeah, wait. Let's do Live Aid, innit? Like Band Aid or whatever. Band Aid.
Should we see if we can get all of the other West Ham channels to do lines of it and all that like they did?
Yeah.
Maybe other fan channels, like, you know, all over the country.
Then what we should do, we should get Sullivan to do Bono's bit. Well, thank God it's them, so fuck you.
Thank God. Oh my God. Mate. Yeah, because you're right that West Ham
next Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. Scott, I love it. We see Scott so little these days. Everyone's saying Scott cameo.
Big Dal says, okay, jerseys only does up to 4XL. I'm a 7XL. I miss wearing West Ham shirt until I have my weight loss surgery in the next 3 years. Well, no wonder they call you Big Dal, mate. Listen, I've been there, mate. I've been there where I couldn't wear West Ham shirts, mate. You'll get there. Believe you'll get there. I remember once when I was a lot bigger, I walked into. Yeah. I remember I bought there was I couldn't fit into them, and they started doing a 4XL, and I bought the Thames Ironwork badge, and I put it on for post-match pump, but it was too tight, and I could see it was too tight, and I could see in the boys' eyes it was too tight. I was going, does it look all right? And I was going, yeah, it looks all right, but it didn't. My gut was hanging out the bottom.
Shout out to Big Dal though, man. Like, do what you can, you know, and try and get through it.
Mate. Do what you can.
Me and Jace are we're doing a weight loss challenge.
One step at a time, mate, and you'll get there.
Don't rush it. It's not fucking. It's not a race. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you got to be healthier. You got to be a lot healthier. And you know, just take its time. It's not a race. Like, you don't have to rush it, mate. Just do it as you see it's safe to do. So
hopefully that surgery, you can have that sooner rather than later over the next 3 years. It happens earlier than later. But me and Jace, we're doing a weight loss challenge. We're trying to lose it because we're on watch alongs. Everyone's calling us fat bastards on the watch along. So I was like, good, fat shame me.
You know what, right? And you know, obviously I've been there, mate. But like, there is an element nowadays that sort of promote that sort of like that thing. Have you seen, you know, the geezer that you know, the Turkish man that used to come out and he used to shake his belly?
Yeah.
Have you seen the size of him now?
Is he really big, is he?
He's huge now. Like, he's huge. And I think to myself, like, there was that geezer, what was the geezer that used to fucking eat all the food all the time? Nicocano Avocado. Have you ever seen him?
Yeah, he lost a load of weight, I think.
Then he lost a load of weight, yeah. So it's not...
Yeah, that's it. We're trying it. So I'm going to post, for those who have been following our weight loss challenge, we filmed the weigh-in today, a day earlier, because Jason, we didn't do it for last, so it's 2 weeks worth. See how we done over 2 weeks. So that's going to go up tomorrow for all the members. So you can follow that. And then obviously, if you ain't a member, you can follow it with your eyes, and you'll hopefully be able to notice that we're losing weight visually in front of you, and then we'll see.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. It's like when you get old, the older you get, the harder it fucking gets. Like, I mean,
this is the thing.
I'm a yo-yo. You've got to go at your own pace. Don't compare yourself to others, and just do it how you feel safe.
Like, it ain't easy. I joined a gym 3 years ago. I've been twice, and that was twice when my shower went out of commission.
I've been going back to boxing. I was there this morning again, like at fucking 6 o'clock this morning, and the geezer, like, I was standing there and I was thinking to myself, why the fuck am I here at 6 o'clock in the morning? Because this geezer works me so fucking hard, but I enjoy it because I feel so much better when I get in my car and go to work, and I feel like I've done, You know, I can't go to the gym now and do a treadmill because it bores the life out of me. I need something to do. So going to boxing, yes, it's changed. Like I feel a lot better. I feel a lot healthier. So yeah.
And the thing is as well, like the good start and how I always ease myself in, right? So I just get my steps up, right? I've got my watch. I do about 14,000 steps a day. Just start walking, you know, and then I get
into jiu-jitsu. The thing is for me, Dan, I have to do mine in the morning because I can't do it after work because I'm too shattered after work and I haven't got the motivation, and that's my problem. I haven't got the motivation to do it after work, but I can drag my ass out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym. It's a decent gym. I enjoy doing the boxing, and yeah. That's good.
You know what I do, Ryan? Obviously, I know you've got a desk job. See, it's hard for you, but if ever I'm on the phone, I walk. If someone rings me, I'm on the phone. I'm walking, get my steps up. I'm watching a YouTube video. I'm walking around the house and walking while I'm watching.
Problem. That's my problem. Is because I obviously sit in my car on the A13 to go work, sit in the office all day, sit in the car on the way home, come home, and then sit at fucking home. So that was where I was looking at myself and I was thinking, fucking hell, like, you know, when you just notice it, you're thinking to yourself, I can feel it as well now. So, yeah, the last few months I've been going back and, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
If you can get into a sport that you enjoy, like I said, Ryan, boxing, if you like football, I do jiu-jitsu. It's fucking brilliant because you say a lot of time, you don't feel like you're doing a workout like when you're on the treadmill. You're actually having fun while you're doing it. You know,
well, the thing is as well, like this morning, we was doing exercises and stuff that if I was doing them on my own, I would have stopped.
Yeah.
But because you got someone there, fucking in your ear,
you can't stop
saying do it. It pushes you, and you don't realise how you can push yourself sometimes. Because sometimes if you're on a running machine, you feel, oh fuck it, and you just stop and get off. But if someone's standing there and they're putting the speed up and the incline up and say fucking run, you're gonna do it.
Yeah. So no, that's it, mate. Like I said, everyone, little changes. Jace cut out fizzy drinks and he lost a shitload just off cutting fizzy drinks. So do what you can. Red 5, same to you, mate. Like you keep it up. Like do what you can and make those incremental changes. My problem has always been, I'll get with motivational talking. I've been a yo-yo, right? So I lose weight. I can fucking do it. My problem is keeping it off. I put it all back on. So I'm trying to get it in my mind that this is a lifestyle.
I wonder what Nicky was doing then. He looked like he was enjoying himself.
Oh, yeah. Look, what's he's sitting there going, oh, Dan and Ryan are getting fit.
I'm just bouncing my knee up, down. I got I got diagnosed with arthritis in the knee, so I've got to keep it moving, otherwise it seizes up. I'm not sitting here fucking ploughing a plonker, I promise you. But yeah, I've got to move.
What about the crawl from the car? That's like we're gonna fucking poke you in the eyes, and yeah, that's supposed to be quite deadly. But it's good. Like if you enjoy it, anything. Red 5 did it. Yeah. Like I said, I enjoy jiu-jitsu because I like the grappling. I like choking people, and it's fun.
What Andy, you know, Andy Miles, who's obviously known on this channel, he's lost 6 stone now.
Yeah,
well done, Andy.
Walks his dog twice a day. Like he's done yesterday, done 8 miles. The day before, 8 miles. Like, yeah, he's doing well. Like,
good on him.
It just shows, like, if you get up and you know do a bit. I know it's not easy. It's easy to say that, but some people can't. Like, so yeah.
I think the hardest part of it, mate, is starting because you never think that you're going to get there.
It's so hard. That first step is massive. And you just do it, man. So yeah, listen, like, come and if you want to do it, we'll all do it together. We keep each other accountable in the chat. Keep us updated on your progress. You know, you can follow ours, and you know what I mean. This is what we need. We need a fit fan base, right? Because we need to outlive
massive Chinese with Big John Bosch.
The thing is, I have my Saturday now, right? Saturday night. I fucking have a Chinese and a Viennetta, a whole Viennetta, right? Which is 600 calories for the Viennetta. But I'm like, that's my treat.
Mate, I had a Viennetta for fucking years.
I had a Viennetta since like Christmas '89. I don't feel.
Is that the one where you slide it out of the box and you said, tray?
Yeah. That's my most favourite ice cream.
I fucking promise you.
I love it. You got I love a Viennetta.
mint Viennetta was the bollocks. I love the mint one.
Oh, the
I ain't
mint.
had a Viennetta
Yeah,
for years.
they had a strawberry one, which I didn't actually
I
like.
swear down, I didn't even still know they was making Viennetta. I'd have a
Yeah.
truck
Oh, what?
Black Forest
£2.
Gatto all day long. Yeah, elite.
I feel
Do they
like
still
you know what?
Do they
Yeah,
still
go
do
on,
Gino Ginelli?
Yeah, Gino Ginelli.
No, my favourite two things, right, was Viennetta and Ferrero Rocher. Like,
Oh,
Mate, don't start me on the Ferrero Rochers. I start eating them. I don't stop.
Ferrero Rocher. Oh. And them and the crunch corners, the Muller's crunch corners, like them three are my holy trinity of snacks, of junk food.
Crunch
Those,
corners, what the little?
you know, the
yogurts?
ones, you know the Muller corners, like the fruit corners, where
Yeah.
you pour it. They did the crunch corners. You have the chocolate flakes or the chocolate balls or the chocolate.
Yeah. I
put
know
it in
what
the
ones you mean,
yogurt.
but I don't know about being one of the top three. I've never anyone heard that their top three dessert is a yogurt.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, crunch corner, holy trinity. But Viennetta, Nick, right? You guys have got to get a Viennetta and have it. You can't believe you haven't had it in all these years.
I'll tell you what. We was talking about this the other day about doing a Christmas special. If we do the Christmas special when we have a Christmas dinner together and we have a sit down, we'll have a fucking Viennetta just for you.
Yes.
And we'll try and get a strawberry one.
Dessert. Let's do it. Let's get that little crisp, the little crunch of the.
And I'll tell you what else we'll have, because we all like them. We'll have one of them, you know, them ambassadors reception mountain of Ferrero Rochers. We'll have one of them and all.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nick Tucker's just messaged me. He says this is his gym.
The gym.
The gym. he's getting a lot of work out there, isn't it?
That's a gym I could definitely get on board with. Yeah, no, we should have a Christmas special. We have to bring our own favourite fucking food to the table. Graham make a nice gammon.
And you know what we'll have, right? We'll have some Baileys.
Oh, yeah. I love a Baileys.
We'll have some Baileys. So KG's never had a Viennetta. You're missing out, mate. I know we went from promoting like healthy lifestyles to fucking Viennetta.
To Christmas dinner, eating a mountain of fucking Ferrero Rochers.
See, I'm all for. I love Christmas dinner as well. I just love it. I know you have a roast all the time, but there's something special about Christmas dinner. See, I can eat any veg. It's not veg I don't like. So Brussels, I love Brussels. Don't bother me. I could eat Brussels all day long.
My brother's like that. I can't eat a fucking set. They taste like farts.
Nah, I love them.
I hate. There's a video somewhere of me recently. I was asked to try it again because I know it since I was a kid and I had the same reaction. Want to throw up?
Yeah, I hate them. I can't stand them.
I love.
Nick, did your mum used to make you have some on the plate? My mum would always say,
mum used to hide them.
Yeah, you got to have it on your plate, even if you don't eat it. You got to have it on the plate.
I used to have rows with my mum over it at Christmas because you've got to have one Brussels, and I was like, "Why? I don't like them." And she's like, "You got to have one," and I'm like, "Well, you don't like dog shit. What happens if I put that in your fish and chips? Would you eat it?" And she's like, "No," and I was like, "Well, what's the fucking difference then? Like, I don't like it. Like, stop." She used to hide it under things and put it in. I remember once she put it inside the skin of the turkey, so I hit it.
There's something about them that I think with a certain generation, because it's Christmas, like you must eat Brussels sprouts.
No, I'm sorry, but no.
Christmas vegetable of
all
vegetables.
This is a bit of a debate with a Christmas dinner. Yorkshire puddings, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
100%.
No.
What?
No.
I thought that was universal. I thought we all had Yorkshire puddings.
No, I
You're
don't.
no. You don't have it right.
No, a couple of years ago when we done Christmas at our house, Jay's brother bought his own Yorkshire puddings round, and I was like, "What's he doing?" Like, I was like, "Yorkshire puddings ain't on a Christmas dinner." I love a Yorkshire pudding, but it's not. It's not
Christmas dinner's a roast dinner.
I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. Fuck Yorkshire.
If a Christmas dinner is a roast dinner, why wouldn't you have Yorkshire pudding?
No, but it's not. But it's not though. It's not a roast dinner. It's a Christmas dinner.
Yeah, but it's the same as you have your meat.
No, it's not the same. It's not.
You have stuffing. What about stuffing?
You do your stuffing with a sausage meat, and you don't do that every day. So that's.
I don't do stuffing with. I just have stuffing on the side. You just have a bit.
No, I do my stuffing with sausage meat, and I don't do my stuffing on a sausage meat.
The amount of times I used to sneak out the back and lift the foil up and nick a bit of sausage meat and look around the corner, see like anyone's catching me. Oh, I love Christmas.
Yorkshire pudding's one of the best things about a roast dinner. Like, how could you not have that?
I don't even like Yorkshire puddings.
What? You're probably
I don't
having
really
shit
like
ones,
them.
mate. You're having shit ones. You need
Oh,
a
Bessie's the best.
Yeah, they do these ones at Lidl with like dripping ones, and you get the. Oh, I tell you what, if we do our West Ham
I've had all sorts of Yorkshire puddings down. I just don't like them. They're just a bit of fat to me.
I don't like the one you get at Toby Carvery because it's fucking massive. It's
Yeah,
like
it takes up the whole plate.
yeah,
you've got
no,
to
because
wear
yeah, what you do, and you put the roast dinner in the Yorkshire, right? And that's the one, in it, the one where
Somebody
your
said
dinner
Brussels
goes
with
in.
chestnuts. Do you know what? There was some way someone cooked some Brussels and they was acceptable. I wouldn't say they was nice, but they was acceptable.
So you don't like toad in the old, then, Nick?
It's all right.
You
What,
don't like
Brussels?
Yorkshire pudding?
Yeah, I don't really like it.
I've had different Brussels, like honey glazed ones with bits of bacon in them, and
Yeah.
look, if people don't like them, you don't like them. As I said, I like all veg. There's not any veg that I don't like.
Wickford Toby Yorkshire pudding is good, says mate. Yeah, I've been up there loads of times, mate. I still don't fucking like them.
Yeah,
It's not that I don't like them. They're all right. It's not one of them. If I went for a roast dinner and the Yorkshire pudding was there, I'd eat it. If it wasn't there, I wouldn't go, oh my fucking God, I've missed out on that.
I'm not saying their name, but years ago when I went round to someone's house, their mum served me up a Yorkshire pudding for dessert with a bit of jam in it.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh my God. But do you know what? That's the first time. I'm so shocked. It's the first time I've heard like that people don't have Yorkshire. I thought everyone had Yorkshire pudding on Christmas dinner. I didn't know that was a thing.
No.
That's the first time I've heard that.
People saying to try proper ones. My wife makes my mate makes, when she wants to cook, she can cook, my wife. You know what I mean? She's made the best Yorkshire puddings, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things on the plate.
Yeah, it doesn't tickle my fucking fancy, I'm afraid.
But yeah, I didn't know M&S pie, Christmas pie. What's a Christmas pie? It's 150 quid. Christmas pie. What is a Christmas pie?
I've picked a turkey for Christmas. Funny enough, I've picked it the other day. I'm going to have someone's got a turkey farm and I went and picked one.
Fucking hell. That's dry as arseholes, mate. That.
What, turkey?
Depends
how you cook it.
Yeah, but it's still as dry, isn't it?
No. That's not true at all.
All right. Oh, yeah, go on, Gordon. Go on, Gordon. Teach us, a wise one.
I'll bring you fucking, when we have our Christmas dinner, I'll bring you a turkey that's not dry.
Oh my God! Well, the idea,
I'm cooking a turkey, boys.
Soak it in a bucket of water overnight.
Do you know what we should do one day? Right, we should do a West Ham Fan TV Come Dine with me, where we each one cooks a meal. So my
Sir Collie Walnut says NBA was the turkey still alive when you picked it. Well, I hope it looked alive.
So poncy. That's like, I'm so American. That is like, oh, let's go pick our tree and go and chop the tree down and get the fresh Christmas tree and all this shit.
Yeah, but you got to do things, Dan, man. I've named it. I'm named Timmy the Turkey. It's going to be on my Christmas dinner.
So he's from saying he's become so Americanized now, isn't he? He goes to America every year and he's become he's become John
every year for a start.
Oh, didn't you go last year? No. Did you go last year?
No, year before.
Okay, every other year he goes, and he's getting in the traditions. Do you get a real tree, Nick, as well? Do you get a real Christmas tree?
No, because I've had one and it was a fucking pain in the ass picking up the pin needle and the cat.
Yeah, the needles fall off everywhere. We had one once, and my brother jumped in it, and all the needles went everywhere. Yeah. And then we had my uncle got these fiber optic ones off of some mate for the family, and they all set. You know the fiber optics? They're made of fucking lights, and they all set fire. I can still remember the smell of burning plastic to this day. He knows all at Christmas.
That's another thing we do every year. Like me and my wife, we always go up like London, walk around. I love it. Like walking around London at Christmas, like all the Christmas markets down the South Bank, over to like Leicester Square and Covent Garden. Yeah, I love all that. I can't wait. I'm excited for it now.
West Ham soccer fan. Funny enough, Nicky in his vlog, he'd start calling it soccer. He got his he's like, yeah, the soccer.
I was reading it off of what it said on the fucking label. It said soccer.
Soccer. He was watching a bit of soccer.
Soccer.
So
Leg nuts.
so yeah, great show, lads. I love it. Little bit of
We're talking about Christmas. We ain't even had Halloween yet.
I know. I don't.
Friday
celebrate
Night
that.
Pint is on Halloween, but I'm not going to be here. But I'm going to dress. I think everyone should dress up. I think it should be a little competition.
See, this is the thing. You and another American thing in it. You celebrate Halloween. You love it. Like,
I've always celebrated Halloween.
yeah. Do you know what? I've never been trick or treating in my life.
I don't think I have either. So I think I went once, and some woman come out with a broom and chased me down the road, and I don't think I've ever
No, I
went
used
back.
to do, when we was kids, we used to do it. Yeah, and then when like my daughter was really young, we took her around like the local, like the neighbours and that, but not fucking.
That's a shout. I'll dress up as Simon Jordan for the show.
Someone said any talk about the game. This is the second hour, mate. You get all that in the first hour. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
you've come late, Red. You've come late, mate.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. He's come right at the tail end. Look, fucking hell, we've gone nearly 2 hours.
I know.
Yeah, rewind, mate. Rewind it.
I just before we go as well, I just want to say, obviously Nicky knows him well, but a very, very good mate of mine, Gareth Bayford. He owns a boxing gym in Clacton, Seconds Out Gym. One of his fighters, Arnie Dawson, who he's been coaching for the last 6 years, the other day, with 11 days' notice, has been put on the undercard for the Parker Wardley fight at the O2 Arena next Saturday, and he's fighting for the European WBO belt against Mitchell Smith. Now, Mitchell Smith is a West Ham fan, and I like Mitchell Smith, but yeah, Arnie Dawson, he's got a great future in front of him. Really looking forward to seeing the fight. And I said to Gareth the other day when I spoke to him, I said, it's mad that we used to go to the O2 Arena to watch the likes of Joshua, and now you're walking one of your fighters down to the ring. Yeah. And proud of him, and to be on the undercard of a massive, like, obviously Joseph Parker versus Wardley, big fight. Mad.
Yeah.
11 days notice as well.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Best of luck, and go and watch, go and support. You know,
okay,
always
right.
Support the community. So yeah, well, listen, thank you everyone for watching. It's been a great one, been a long one, but we've enjoyed it. So thank you all very much. Don't forget, watch along on Monday. Nicky is going to be at the stadium. He's not going to be in the stadium. Somewhere. He'll be boycotting, but he'll be around. He's going to do fan cams.
You know what, Dan? You know what's going to happen? Sky are going to pan to the crowd, and Nicky's going to be there with a moustache on and big glasses, fucking undercover, sneaking into the stadium.
I could see with one of them little Clouseau Inspector. What was it? No, Poirot moustaches. Yeah,
I promise you, I won't be in there. I will film myself outside. Promise.
So if you enjoyed it, do hit the like button on your way out. We appreciate you. Watch along, all that. Come back. One thing left to say. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Oh, or what? No one's ended it.